If you had to pick between infrared, sauna, and cold plunge to buy and have at your house, which one would I pick? If I had to rank them based on what you're going to get out of it in your long term, technically I would pick sauna for a couple reasons. One, sauna is turning on heat shock proteins, which helps with you dealing with stress. It helps cardio, it helps your joints. It also helps with the detoxification process. And in the toxic world that we live in, sweating more and detoxifying and getting everything out through your sweat is a good thing. Now, having a sauna at your house, that's a bit, right? So if you're going to have a sauna at your house, that's like at least $2,000. There has to be, you have to put it together, you have to afford it, you have to have the space for it. Then there's the electrical. I personally sometimes feel claustrophobic, so I use a sauna blanket that I use by Life Pro. It's $150. So if I had to rank, that would be number one. Number two, if you had the opportunity to go to a gym that had a sauna, I'm in Dayton, Ohio, so the Downtown Y, East Sparta, they both have saunas, and the saunas are both a wet sauna, more traditional, versus the infrared. If you were to buy a sauna at home, I think an infrared sauna is the way to go because you don't have to get as uncomfortable to do it. Number two would be cold plunge, and not all people can do cold plunge because if you have Raynaud's and if you have significant cardio problems, you can't be doing that. But you can start doing cold plunge in your bathtub with bags of ice and see if it's something that works for you. The next level past that would be a 100 or 150 gallon stock tank by Kitchen Made. That link for where I have things from my Amazon shop, like you can see what I started with. So that allows me to sit down in cold water up to here if I'm tough on that day to activate brown fat, and that's really important for metabolism. Now, personally, I feel amazing 3 hours after cold plunge. I feel mentally sharp. I have decreased pain. I love it. A couple times a week, doing cold plunge between the range for me personally between 52 and 57. If your cold plunge isn't cold enough to make you shiver, it's not going to do what it needs to do. I don't put my face in the water, but if you did, it would turn on a diver's reflex. And so cold plunge helps you with energy. It helps you to feel clear, but it also helps regulate your nervous system because when you're in that cold water, you have to breathe and your parasympathetic turns on. So for me, to help my heart rate variability, I find doing cold plunge is very, very helpful. The cold plunge that I see online where people are being sold these plastic stand-up like inflatable kiddie pools for $100, I would rather take that $100 and do a stock tank because if you choose to keep doing cold plunge and you like it, you can convert that with a DIY, with a chiller and a pump to have a continuous flow of cold water. You can measure it so every day you can go out to wherever, mine is in my garage, and I could just do a cold plunge, not have to do bags of ice and schlep it. And of course, do the one that you gravitate towards. So like I have some people that hate being cold, gutturally hate being cold. They will never do cold plunge. They will only do sauna. That's okay. It's all changing your body and learning to deal with stress, whether it be the stress from cold, the stress from heat. But as we learn to deal with stress in these situations, it helps future us.